All right, boys, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Today is the official launch day. I logged in, no problems, so there's that. I guess we'll test it today. They haven't done maintenance. I'm assuming there's still going to be server issues. So if you're a new player today, be ready for some race server disconnects, some just random server issues, because anyway, look, if you're new to the game, this is for you, all right? I've played 70 hours so far. And I figure I'll give a little like ultimate beginner's guide just to kind of help you get started. And, you know, you're going to start off in the hotel, right? Obviously. And I want to show you a few things about your car. Now, you will be locked until level 20 with pretty much setting up custom configurations here. As you can see, I have a nice, sick FXXK Evo. But if you press the start button, okay, as soon as you get out of the tutorial, all right, you get your car, toggle over to cars right here at the bottom. Do you see all this stuff? Car setup. At first, up here, you won't have these tires, okay? When it rains, make sure you're on standard tires. Even when you unlock new tires, keep standard anytime the race says it's raining, okay? Trust me, you're gonna have a bad time. And then you will have some driving modes, okay? Each car sometimes has different driving modes. You can't make custom ones until level 20. But usually, most cars have sport. When there's a sport mode, switch it from stock to sport, and you'll notice the stats go up. Especially if you get like the Mustang, the 370, change it to sport mode or whatever mode makes the stats. If you look on the left, the stats go up. Change that mode, you'll get more horsepower, more top speed, better braking, better acceleration. That's a big thing. And then also in the same menu, you have driving assist. Do not be afraid to turn these on, especially if you have a rear-wheel drive car and it's raining. Bump that traction control up. Yeah, sure, you'll get less rewards, 10% less. But if you have an all-wheel drive car, I leave traction control off. But do not be afraid. ABS, I usually run 50 to 75%. If you're at 0, it just completely locks up, and unless you're like real easy on the, it's just, I don't recommend it. I recommend if you're a beginner, 75%, get a feel for it. If you want to knock it down to 50, go for it. But do not be afraid. Some of these cars, especially the rear-wheel drive cars, you need traction control. It's just how it is. Some you don't, some are grippy, some you do. Do not be afraid to come in here and turn this up on wherever you want, okay? So make sure you're adjusting that. You can also change your gearbox in here. It's not in like the settings menu. It's under driving assist. So make sure you're doing that. Those are two very big things to get you going out of the gate. You got to get your car set up and moving right, okay? And another thing, we're going to go over to options, all right? So there's a thing under controls called automatic clutch. As far as I know, I don't know what it just does nothing, okay? It just says like the gear shifting time in manual mode is optimal if it's on. I play in manual. I have no issues. Let me switch my car and show you what you can't do when that is enabled. Let's switch. I know it works on the GTR here. There's a thing called launch control in this game. Now, you can't launch control during the start of a race, all right? But say if I go here, okay? Watch. You see launch control. You see how it rev matches and just holds it? Now if I don't do that, like say in neutral, it would just do that, right? But if you shift in the first, hold the brake, gas it, most cars have launch control. When you have, which this is on, automatic clutch is on by default, right? Watch. See how it doesn't do it now? I'm holding the brake. Obviously, you see the taillights. It doesn't do it. So if you want to do launch control out in free roam, you have to go to controls and turn automatic clutch off. There is no difference in shifting. None. So I'd recommend just turning this off. So that way you can just, you know? So that's a thing. Also, another big thing you want to do, because this game, the colors don't really pop at all. So what you're going to do is go to video, go under video, go to contrast. This is set to 50 default. Put it to 60, put it to 70 if you like. Okay? I'll probably put mine at 65. This makes a big difference in the colors. I didn't mess with the brightness, but this I did in the demo, and it's a huge difference to get you going. Okay. Audio, you know, if you want to tweak certain things in here, go for it. I think I got streamer mode on, so I don't hear anything in the game. Now, if you do want to change a couple things in controls, okay, if you want, come in here, you can just go down, right? You can you can see down, delete binding with square. You can delete your bindings and you can rebind anything you want, anything, right? If you want a preferred setup. Also, you see how it says advanced setup here? Some buttons have it, some don't, like the steering and the R2 and the L2. So I can press triangle, go to advanced setup, and I can choose the sensitivity, dead zone, saturation, all that stuff. Same with the steering. I actually have mine a little bit negative sensitivity. I went full negative sensitivity. I thought it would kind of just make the car like flow a little better. Simji freaking, I don't know what he's done. I don't know if he's just good at finessing the stick or whatever he's doing, but he's got his cars, like watching him drive the Agera is like watching a goddamn koi fish swim through a fucking poop pond, you know? I don't know how he does it. One day he'll tell me his secrets, but I'm trying to emulate that. I don't know if he just he's got to just finesse the stick, and he's got to change some settings somewhere, but I'm trying to get my cars to feel like that. But there's some that have advanced setup here if you want to do that, okay? So you can remap everything. And as far as that goes, I mean, that pretty much will get you out of the gate and go in here. Every 5 levels, you're unlocking stuff. Level 12, you unlock the clans. I think it's either level 5 or 10, you unlock the workshop. As soon as you unlock the workshop, go to the workshop. They're scattered around, and I'll show you real quick. You're gonna want to put parts on your car ASAP, okay? Makes a huge difference. Now, a lot of people have been saying the AI is very difficult in this game, and they can be. They can be. I have a guide on meta cars. If you're doing daily driver, I'd advise saving for the Audi TT. Get the Audi TT. That'll get you through a lot of the races, okay? But performance. As soon as you unlock this, go from stock to you know, put all the basic performance parts on there as soon as you can. Save your money and do that, because you're gonna have a better time doing that. Now, there's different gearboxes depending on, like, you know, you can't change these in the performance rating menu when you do a race. So if you've got short traction, you can come change it. It just runs short as soon as you get it. Honestly, it's gonna be better than stock. Tires, there's going to be off-road races. Yes, eventually some will be daily driver, supercar, off-road races. It's a good idea to buy all of these for whatever car you're using. That way you have some versatility, and you'll be good to go with that. Same with suspension. Buy the off-road suspension just so you have it. And I'll show you something. So if you go to a race, okay, and say, let me find supercar, hypercar, okay? That doesn't have any restriction. Let me just go to a daily driver race. We'll go to that one. You might have some issues with some gas stations and locations not saving properly. Also, I don't know what it is on PC, but console, at least PS5, the L1 left trigger button or left bumper, you can stop your engine if you want. You can do your headlights, your window, your turn signals, your hazards. If the car has a spoiler, you can put all that up. Or you can toggle down to communication. You can turn on your radio. It's all in this menu, okay? But let's launch control it. I like the R35, but it's just too heavy compared to some other supercars, and it just has a hard time competing. I will be releasing tunes for most of my cars. I still haven't completely really mastered the tuning in this game, but I have cars at enough of a spot where they feel better than stock. I'm trying to really get a good feel. Once you get into supercar and hypercar at high speeds, like at low speeds, this game feels really good and like planted. Once you get into hypercar, like the way the cars move is like super arcadey, and it's weird, right? So I'm trying to kind of get a good handle on that. But when you go into a race, you can change your car here, okay? You don't have to like change your car and go to the race. You can just change, okay? So we have, see how it says PR must be decreased? You can go into automatic configuration. Every race has this. You can, if you really want to min-max, you can go to the workshop and try to set your car up. But this is just a general, it'll do this, right? Okay, so now my 550 to 600. Now it recommends standard tires because it's stormy night. So if I switch to my standard tires here in the menu, hit save. If I go back, do you see that says automatic configuration again? Because those standard tires bumped my performance rating. So now I have to retune the car again, and then I'll hit apply. So every race lets you do that. So even if you put max parts you go into the race, it'll bump you down. You can play with it, or like I said, you can go, but each race will do that. It's a very good idea to try to min-max, or like say you're on slicks, you can bump down to the standard tire to lower your rating, and then you can bump horsepower back into the cars. Sometimes it's better to do that and have more horsepower than having a little bit more grip. So, you know, kind of figure that out. But besides that, I mean, enjoy the game, drive around. Discovering roads is a great way to earn XP. Just drive around, get the collectibles. You get XP for discovering the roads. The higher the percentage goes, the more XP you get. You can literally get to like level 40 just by discovering the whole map. You know what I mean? Power up your cars as soon as you get it. Pick a clan and do the speed traps early on. You can just definitely get 1 star now, but when you 3-star a speed trap, you get 50,000 per speed trap. So if you 3-star it first go, you get 50K. If you can manage to 2-star it first try, you'll get the 5 plus the 15, so you get 20 grand. So go around, just knock out some of the speed traps. Bang, bang, boom. Get some money. Go around the map. You're good to go, man. But besides that, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much kind of all the tips I got for new players. Get in there, turn the assists on if you're gonna have issues with some of the rear-wheel drive, especially the Mustang 370, the Alpine. They're not as bad as they were in the beta because the handling model is better. Don't be afraid to turn on traction control, especially when it's in the rain or if the car's just got a ton of power. So anyway, boys, quick guide to some settings, some tips, some tricks, get you going. Enjoy the game. It does have its problems, but all in all, it's a fun experience. You know the drill. Subscribe, come back. See you on the next one.